This telecast is copyrighted by Hometown 24 for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or retransmission of this game without the express written consent of Hometown 24 is prohibited.
Welcome to Hometown 24's presentation of boys volleyball here from the John C. Combs Arena as Perry County Central 4-9 on the season will play the Letcher County Central Cougars 10-8 on the season. And I'm Manus Blair, joined by Brian Johnson tonight. And a big implications as this will be the last game for the season, regular season for Letcher Central. Perry County Central got one more game with Pikeville. And, Brian, it's big because, as I found out today, the top four RPI of the 8 teams gets to host the first round of the region. So, very important tonight.
Yeah, this is a big game for both teams, and looking forward to a good competitive game here tonight between the Letcher Central Cougars and the Perry Central Commodores, and we're getting warmed up, almost ready to go as they're doing their final preparations.
And, you know, when you're talking about that, after that initial the initial regional first round, the rest of it will be played at Letcher Central. The semifinals and the finals will be played at Letcher Central, and that will be played on May the 9th. May 7th will be the initial regional with those 4 teams. May 9th, they will play at 10 and 12, the semifinals, and then they'll come back at 4 p.m. for the finals. So get an opportunity to watch these teams locally, please do so. But if the season ended today, and of course it's not, these same 2 teams would play each other
again. That's right.
So the Letcher Central would be the 3rd team, and Perry Central would be the 6th team in that particular setup. So it's very important that you try to move up. I don't know if Perry Central was to pick off both Letcher Central and Pikeville, if they could move into a hosting position. Right now, it would be 1 would be Powell County, 2 would be Pikeville, 3 would be Letcher Central, and 4 would be Fleming County.
Right, and, you know, these 2 teams, they faced each other twice already this season. Letcher won the first one 3-0, and the second one 3-2. You know, this is a big game for both teams, like you said, Manus, and it could be implicating maybe getting to host a game and, you know, starting in the playoffs.
And we just got word that Tyler Robinson, unfortunately, is not going to be able to play for Perry County Central, so that's a big loss for them coming into this all-important game. And, of course, Tyler leads the team in kills and digs, and, of course, we've talked several times, we've had Perry Central in aggressiveness, and that's even true all the time. But somebody's going to have to fill that gap for Perry Central, and we'll find out who's going to fill that gap. But Jaden Hacker, who is the 2nd in kills with 94 and 10 blocks, is going to have to come ready to play.
Yeah, he's going to have to step his game up a little bit tonight to take up the slack. You know, when you're losing Tyler for the game today. You know, Tyler, we talked about, he leads the team in kills. He's got 128 kills. You know, it's averaging 2.6 per game, and he's got on his service aces, he's got 21 service aces. So that's a big part of your game.
And, you know, he plays all 6 positions and moves around. And, you know, the thing about it is Peyton Fugit, Ryan Day, they've got to come –
and Smith.
Zach Smith, even though he's the setter, he still is going to have to come ready to play tonight. And, you know, when you talk about Letcher Central, of course, the other night Ashton Lawson was our Alice Lloyd College player of the game, does a little bit of everything, kills, assists, leads 2nd in both of the assists and kills, leads and digs, and is number 1 in service aces, and that's our key. And I think we'll have the national anthem right here in a second, maybe. I think, and if we do not,
we'll continue
we'll
get ready to play.
But as we mentioned, Drew, Drew Blair, and, I started going through the statistics today just real quickly. Team Aces, Letcher Central is number 5 in the state at 4.0. Team Diggs, they're number 16 at 11.0. And then when you look at individual with kills, Drew Blair is 15th in the state, averaging 2.97 a set.
A set, yeah.
And then let's see who else I had. Aces, service aces. Ashton Lawson is number 5 in the state with 1.37. So you can see those on KHSAA. Those have been updated recently, and looks like
we're going to play, Manus.
Looks like we're going to play. We could get somebody like Brady over there to sing.
He could sing the national anthem.
We've got a quartet of people over here that could sing the national anthem.
He may be a little distracted.
He is distracted, and I'm okay with him being distracted.
Yeah, he's fine.
So our officials, Miss Georgia Cancer will be up, and Rachel Turner will be the down official. Of course, Coach Rob Sheeler and Coach Kelly. Betty Vaughn always calls him Coach Kelly.
Coach Kelly.
Coach Kelly. And she's got me into that habit. And it looks like we're going to start right off playing, and it looks like Letcher Central will be serving first.
It's going to be Colby Ambergy back there to serve for the Cougars.
Yep, and Colby is, of course, a senior. Had senior night last night, so he defeated Pikeville. It's going to be a free ball for Letcher Central, and it's going to be a point for Prairie Central.
Kind of caught Letcher Central off guard there with just a little tip over the net.
Got to be ready and moving, and, right off the bat, Prairie Central gets off to a good start. Thank you for joining us on Hometown 24. And served by Smith. Lawson with a up. Fitzpatrick's got to take it. Going to be a free ball for Prairie Central. Lawson deep in the corner. Goes backside. Frazier gets it across. Nice job as Fugit will put it down for the kill. And 2 quick points for Prairie County Central.
It's a good start for the Commodores there. Get 2 quick points, kind of catch Letcher Central, get them on their heels a little bit here to start the game.
If you're tuning in, let everyone know that we've got this. Like and share, send it to them, let them know. Ambergy backside and over the top, and it's going to be Lawson. And that's going to be a point for Letcher Central. Lawson, who will go back to serve, and like I said, leads the team with 94 service aces and has a nice jump serve. And, we mentioned about Tyler Robinson not being here. And
yes, Tyler's got 21 service aces.
Oh, yeah. And that's going to be a nice serve, and that was the old knuckleball.
Yeah. Caught him kind of in between,
And I've lost my –
oh, I saw it there.
Knocked it off.
Fine. And we're going to have another serve here. Lawson, another –
Wooten and a nice play, and it's going to be a lift.
Yeah.
And that's going to be called on Taylor. And, when you're just reacting to it, it puts Letcher Central up. And now it'll be tied at 3 apiece with a service error. Once again, thank you for tuning in. And I'd like to thank all the sponsors that make this available to everybody out in Hometown 24 land. They are getting ready to serve. Nice serve to Kendrick up, and they're going to have a free ball. Smith, and it's going to be a cross on 2.
It's going to be a set here.
Fitzpatrick's going to hit it deep, and that's going to be a point for Prairie Central. And like I mentioned, Robinson, Jonah Taylor, the sophomore, number 13, looks like he's taken his place on the starting grid. Ryan Day, freshman, has 17 service aces, and he'll continue to serve. Nice serve to Kendrick. Lawson backside and with a right hand and smart play by Fitzpatrick.
Nice soft touch there by Fitzpatrick to find the soft spot there.
And one thing you'll notice is he hit it off the defender that was turned sideways.
That's right.
And that was a smart play to do that and got the point. Lawson serves it out.
A little wide to the left there.
Of course, Aiden is the libero, and he's a senior for Letcher Central. Fugit, Peyton Fugit, sophomore, will serve now. Serving it short, nice up. Backside goes to Blair, and he'll roll it over the top. Day to Smith all the way across. The hacker.
Nice job.
And they're going to say he's under the net. But he put it down, and that's going to be point for Letcher Central, I
Under the
believe.
net.
Coach DeHoon is saying that the ball had already hit the floor, and if it hits the floor and then you go under the net, it is allowable.
Yeah, they've got a little discussion about it. It's going to be to no avail.
So they're going to, I think they may reserve
I
it.
think they're going to do a reservice. Yep.
So I think one official had one thing and the other one, and so we're going to have serve here, and no point on that last play. Left hand, and that's going to be a block.
Nice block that time.
And that was by Taylor.
By Taylor for Perry Central.
And he was the one before, Brian, that had turned sideways. That time,
straight up.
Much better form, and he pressed it over top of the net. So, excellent job. And here we go. Fugit still continue to serve. 6-4. We're in set number 1. Goes to Lawson. Nice up. All across on 2. And a little miscommunication, and that's where the setter must go get the ball.
Yes,
right
sir. And that's right. I don't think that time Taylor was expecting it to come that way.
And that's what they were talking about right there. And that's going to be a point. Nice serve by Fitzpatrick. And that will tie it up at 6 apiece.
Fitzpatrick, the lefty.
And we promised we wouldn't say anything.
We wouldn't talk bad about it?
No lefty talk tonight. And that hits. And anytime it hits on your side, you can play it, but they're unable to get to it. Now, if it hits your side and then goes on over, then the point will go to the server.
Right. Yes.
Yep. Here we go. Day with the up. Bump set goes to Hacker, and he puts
Nice
it down.
dig.
But Dawson. Nice draw, but it's going to go long, and that's going to be a point for Perry County Central. And you're right. That was hit hard by Hacker.
Yeah, and Ashton Lawson with the good dig out there.
And, you know, once again, Ashton leads Letcher Central in digs. And we're going to have a sub as in will come number 2. And I don't have a number 2 on my list. Do you have a 2?
Let me check. I don't have it on the new one. It could be on my old one.
And I am sorry for that.
No, I do not.
I probably got it on my old one that they gave me the last time, and I don't see it anywhere. Not in the stat book. So that'll be a point for Letcher Central, and we'll try to get his name. Good serve and backside, and it's going to be a free ball, Letcher Central. Potter to Ambergy, Blair over the top, but there is Day. Blair once again and playing a little two-man game.
Yeah.
Hits off the net. Evidently it was blocked.
Nice save. Good volley going on here, Manus.
Ambergy over the top, and it's going to go wild. Nice defense by Perry County Central to get the point.
Nice little volley going on there. Couple of good saves by both sides.
And you can see with Tyler Robinson out a little bit on the rotation changes a little bit as Fugit will come in for Wooten as the barrel goes out after you come to the front line. Johnson to serve. I think we have a the rotation is a little bit different.
A little bit. They got it straightened up.
They're making sure that they got it. And Of course, out of rotation is a point for Letcher Central.
And does that give them the serve minus in
Yes,
that
yep.
case?
Yep.
I'm still a little new to this as well.
And we're going to have a timeout, and we'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll be right back on Hometown 24. Stay with us.
This is News 12.
Since 1985, Hometown 24 has been serving this community with local programming produced by local people.
Hornets going to air it out. He's got a man out here. Linden caught at the 45.
Using the latest video technology to bring you the news, sports, and local events that matter to you.
First on your Hometown News tonight.
I'm Harold Mullins, and thanks for joining us.
40 years is a long time in Eastern Kentucky. Here's to 40 more.
For over a century, Bank of Hindman has proudly served Knott County and the surrounding communities. They're your hometown bank, built on trust, service, and a commitment to their neighbors. With online banking, bill pay, and mobile deposit, they blend today's convenience with the personal service you've always known. Visit them on the Hindman Bypass or at the Holly Hills Shopping Center. Bank of Hindman, where tradition and trust still matter.
Welcome back to John C. Combs Arena, the campus of Perry County Central. Timeout by Perry Central, 9-8 Letcher Central after rotation, and they got it all. And a lot of times, a lot of them will simply go and say, give me a timeout before they recognize it and then get them back. But
Just got called a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Nothing egregious, but just getting it straight. And Day hits it into net. That's going to be a point for Letcher Central. And thank you for joining us. Even Joey Cottle joining us. I appreciate you joining us, Joey.
And number 2 minus is Echo Alcantara.
Okay. Echo Alcantara. Got that. Wonder if he's kin to Miami Marlins ace pitcher. Blair gets it across. Blair on the third tries to go short, but there's Hacker. Goes opposite side to Day, and he's going to score the point. Smart play by Day. Point Perry Central. Thanks to A.D. Harold Brashear for
we
that.
thank Harold for that information.
Got it. Echo Alcantara. Sandy Alcantara is probably going to be up for this. And Johnson with a serve.
Oh, and it's in.
Oh, I don't know. Potter misread it. Thought it was going wide, and that's going to score a point.
Caught him off guard, looked like.
Well, you know,
his head.
Sometimes when you hit that with underspin, you think it's going to go out, and it does not. And you can see that on our TV screen.
And that's hard to handle.
Yep. Lawson goes short, but there was Smith. Hacker trying to go in that deep corner, and smart play. And that's another point for Perry Central. So they go up 11-10 here in set number 1.
Yeah, the timeout by Coach Tahuna done a good job there by breaking the momentum.
And, you know, that's one thing that you'll learn in volleyball is even though Coach Betty Vaughn says not to sometimes, if she's tuning in, she's probably saying minus. I'm not there to defend myself.
Yeah, don't talk about me.
Goes up on 2, Lawson. Amberg in system, goes outside Lawson, and it is going to be
I think that was
out. And so I couldn't see it over there on that far sideline, and that's going to be another point for Perry Central. Letcher Central in system. Lawson just with a miss on that one. Johnson serves once again. Ambergy goes outside, and Lawson's going to hit it, but I think Lawson was in the net, and that's going to be a point for Perry Central as they continue that 5-0 run, and that doesn't include the point really that was taken away for out of rotation.
That's right. And Johnson back there, he's controlling the game with the serve right now.
Yep. Moving it around a little bit. Once again, goes to Lawson in the center. Backside, Lawson over the top of the double block. Nice one hand.
Yeah, nice recovery.
And Day and Hacker run into each other.
That's a nice recovery, though, for Day to even get that ball.
Wooten will come in for Johnson. Potter will be subbed out as Fitzpatrick will come in. Kobe Ambergy to go back to serve, and Kobe along with a bunch more of the Cougars are seniors, and we'll talk about those seniors and those that are on Perry County Central. And Hacker tries from the 3-meter line, but the set was a little bit too low.
A little bit too low. Couldn't get over top of it to drive the ball down.
And Ambergy will pick up the point for Letcher Central. Goes to Alcantara. Smith. Ambergy with a one-hand stop. In that situation, the Hacker could not attack because he was a back row player. He was smart not to. Blocked by Frazier.
Nice volley going on here.
Backside Fitzpatrick off the double block, and he'll score the point. Ties it up at 13 apiece.
It's a good back set from Ambergy there to Fitzpatrick.
And once again, that takes a lot of practice. Ambergy will continue to serve. Goes to Hacker, nice up, gets it to the setter. A little bit out of system, a call by Lawson. Roll shot, Hacker, Smith. Hacker again will push to Lawson. On 2, Ambergy gets it across. Wooten able to get 2. Day, middle to Kendrick. Ambergy across to Lawson. And that was a good shot.
Nice shot.
Took a little bit off of it.
Yeah, that's and you can tell both these teams have gotten better as the year has progressed and the play.
I believe they have. You know, when I was talking to him walking across, he says, and I said, it's a long process.
Yeah.
And he understands that. Coach Sheeler understands that, and all the other coaches in the Region 8 understand that. Smith backside and the Hacker. You can see they're relying on Hacker a whole lot.
Yeah. Especially with Robinson out.
Yeah. And nice push into that deep corner, and Ambergy will pick up the point. And that's going to bring Letcher Central to 15-13. You might notice that Perry Central's ready for graduation down on the far right.
Looks like they've got their stage set up.
And they're ready to go, ready to get this year over. Backside to Hacker, Kendrick, Ambergy, roll shot, nice roll shot by Fitzpatrick. Backside and behind the line, nice kill by Hacker.
Nice job for Hacker there. Going to have substitution coming in. Looks like Taylor's going to come in for Alcantara.
And Smith, we've already gone through one rotation here in the first set. 15-14, Letcher Central. Goes to Lawson. Ambergy. Lawson down the middle, but there is Hacker. Got to find someone other than Hacker right now. Nice push, and it's a deep corner, but guess who?
Good save by Hacker. Got to get it over if you're Perry. Nice save.
He gets it across. Backside Fitzpatrick, and he's going to hit it long. Was there a touch? Nope. No touch, and that's going to be a point.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick's had a couple of those go long on him. You know, had a good opportunity and a good back set from Ambergy.
Smith will continue. Nice up. Ambergy does all he can do, and he's
walking the line.
Yeah,
they called him.
I think Johnny Cash said that.
Yeah, he did. You're right. He just couldn't walk the line. He got under it a little bit before the ball hit.
In the same situation, if he doesn't hit the net and the ball hits the floor,
that's a good play, correct?
That's a good play, but it did not. And I thought that was a good serve, and it hit to the tape. And that'll be a point for Letcher Central, 16-16.
Yeah, and Smith leads Perry Central in service aces for their team. He's usually dangerous when he's back there.
Does a good job. And Lawson, nice serve. Backside, nobody there, but Hacker comes in and gets it. Kendrick catches him off, and that's going to be a point. They all had to converge up.
All jumbled up closer to the net in front of the 3-foot line. Is that what it?
Yep, 3-meter line.
3-meter line.
Yep. And, Wooten's got to be the guy, the libero, that's got to cover a lot back there. But Hacker had to come to rescue it, and his side was open. Wooten gets it across on 2, and that's going to be the scoring point for Prairie Central. 17-17. And Day will go back to serve as I see my boss coming in.
I see her walking in.
Yep, that's my boss, Julie Ambergy.
She's going to come over here and critique us, waving.
Yep.
Hello to her.
And Day hits it in the net, and we're back and forth, 18 apiece. Or I thought it was 18 apiece. Maybe I miscounted the score. Goes into Hacker, backside, and it's going to be a free ball. Lawson, Day, Smith, Hacker.
Nice block.
Nice block, and it's, good hands, and can he do it?
It's going to be out.
Wooten with nice hands to try to get that, and that's going to be a point for Letcher Central, and it'll be 19-17. I think I put the point in my brain on the wrong side, and I have that problem sometimes.
It's been a long day.
It's a long day.
You've had to work one day this week.
I know. Hacker hits it. A nice single block by Blair, who is the leading one. He has 48 blocks on the season.
That's right. Good-looking athlete Blair is.
And that's going to be a point for Letcher Central. Nice serve. And, Blair's got that length and athletic ability, and you put that together, you got Brian Johnson.
Probably could be better than Brian Johnson.
And that's going to be another good serve. And right now, and that's going to be a timeout by Prairie Central, 22-17. Set 1. We'll be right back.
I'm Hal Rogers, and I approve this message.
In the Republican primary, let's support a leader who always delivers for the mountains. Hal Rogers. Our congressman fights for us, for our values, for our people, for our way of life. And Hal Rogers is endorsed by Donald Trump. Together, Rogers and Trump are working for us. They're strengthening the economy, they closed the border, and made America safer and stronger. Hal Rogers, the experience to fight and win for us.
When financial challenges threaten your future, you need clear guidance and proven solutions. Call Keisha Caldwell Feltner, Bankruptcy Express. Trusted legal experience to help you take control. From stopping creditor actions to protecting your assets. Keisha and her staff deliver efficient, reliable representation focused on results. With flexible payment options, getting the help you need is more accessible than ever. Keisha Caldwell Feltner, Bankruptcy Express. Professional service, practical solutions. The fresh start you deserve.
Welcome back after the timeout by Prairie Central, 22-17, set 1 of the best 3 out of 5. I want to say a big howdy to Becky Johnson. Do you know who that is?
I do.
Oh, watch out. I thought he was going to go head first.
Dive into the stage. Yeah, we like to wish her getting well. We had a slight mishap this weekend. She's pretty sore.
She'll get over it. She's a trooper, unlike
me.
I started to say that. That was a Freudian slip. Hacker, nice job with the left hand, but he's going to come across. And that's going to be a point, which leads to set 1 point in set 1 for Letcher Central at 24-17. Quick serve caught me off guard. Hacker off the double block, and that'll be a kill.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Hacker.
One thing about Jaden that I've seen from the last time they faced is he's been really aggressive.
Much more aggressive. I was
He's
going to
hitting
say
the ball
same thing.
with a lot of aggression. Rather than tipping it or tapping it, he's hitting it with force. And long serve, and that is going to end set number 1, 25-18.
And you know that with Hacker, do you think that's just because, this is a new sport?
Yeah,
for the boys, you just are learning, and this may be his first year, I think.
Yeah.
Playing volleyball.
Well, all these are new experiences. And we've said it numerous times and don't want to belabor the point. But when you've been playing volleyball in PE or on the beach
or at your family reunion,
it's
all different.
Things just are let go. And then you have to play with a set of rules, and you have to adapt to those, and you're uncomfortable. It's the old saying, instead of reacting and doing things, you're thinking about it.
Yes.
And when you think about it, it's kind of like you jump up in the air in basketball, and you don't have any
know
work.
what you're going to do.
And you don't know if you're shooting it or passing it, and usually something bad occurs.
You're right.
And it's the same thing. And I see in Jaden that he's not thinking.
Yeah, he's just playing.
He's just playing.
And it's much better from the first.
Well,
I had him the first game of the year, and I see it a much better product that Coach Tahuna has on the floor.
Yeah, you know, it's the same way in softball. You got to know where you're going. If there's people on base and you're out in the field, you got to know where you're going. If it's hit to the left, if it's hit to the right of you, straight at you. In the same way in volleyball, you just got to play it. And, you know, that's the difference that girls volleyball has with that experience that they have. I mean, going back to the second, third grade, you go into other areas, you start playing volleyball.
Right.
Girls volleyball, especially up north, second or third grade, you're playing volleyball.
And it all becomes second nature to you by the end.
And you've got the coaching and everything. And, you know, it's going to take a while, just like we've talked with other coaches and everything. It's going to take a while. But you, once again, to correct incorrect play is harder than not knowing anything about the play.
Right.
Because you gain those habits early. It's kind of like learning how to shoot the basketball, and you have to throw it to get it up there. Well, when you get strong enough, you can't have that same form. You know,
you're right. It just becomes more natural about what you're doing, and I think in another couple years you will see some really, really good boys volleyball.
And if you're out there and you're watching, you're in the 5th grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and you know, the interest, if your middle school comes and says we're getting ready to start a middle school boys program, if you're thinking about it, play it.
Play it.
Play it. And all that will do is help once you get to high school.
Yeah, and both teams and all the players, and we talked about this earlier in previous games, how much fun it looks like they're having. They're having a good time. They're all cheering for each other and picking each other up.
Yeah.
You see smiles all around on all the players. And
about that time, Kobe Amber.
He looks up here and gives us a smile.
He must have heard me.
Yeah, and
but that's true. That's true.
And a lot of these players you're not going to see on the football field or the basketball court or the baseball field.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, and it's just a little different of a sport. And Lawson will come in as libero as we're ready to play, and Smith will start us off for Perry County Central. And it looks like Tigler will come in on the front line, and I think we're ready to go.
Looks like we're getting ready.
Once again, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Potter with a up. Lawson outside to Frazier. Hits it off the double block with a kill. And Hayden Frazier, the sophomore.
Yeah, nice job there.
And once again, you got your hands straight up instead of pressing through. And if you've watched a lot of the girls' volleyball telecast, Betty Vaughn would say many a time, that's good, but you got to press forward to get that ball to go across on the opposite side. Wooten hit it up, but Hacker not able to get to him, and that's going to be a point for Letcher County Central.
Got run into each other a little bit there. Nice save there by Wooten, though, to get the nice dig out.
And, you know, the thing about the libero, they are supposed to come and run over you. If you don't get if you don't hit it, they're going to. Nice on 2 and in system here. Hamburger goes backside, a roll shot, but Hacker's got to it. Smith backside to Hacker. He hits it, but it's going to go long. Point Letcher Central.
And you
know,
see,
he'll learn too,
yes,
Brian, that if it's not a good set, just go ahead and put it in play.
Go ahead and put it over.
Rather than trying to do something with it. Long serve, and that's going to be out, so that's a point for Perry Central.
And you can see Perry really focusing on trying to get Hacker set up for those shots.
They will do it, and, you know, that's the thing about it is the setter's got to find who's going and who's going well, and that's who you go to until the defense overshifts. Lawson, and it's going to be into the bleachers, and that's going to be a point for Prairie Central. You know, the only thing that I miss from girls volleyball is when they serve an ace, they've got these little clap, clap.
Oh, yeah.
Do all these other things. Celebration on a service ace. And
we need to get that into the boys' game.
Yeah, we need to incorporate that. So those that's watching out there that play, come up with something. We like to see it on TV. And Lawson with a nice cut shot, and that's going to be a kill for Letcher Central, making it 4-2. Karen Kay says Betty Vunn's home now. We can talk about her.
As long as she can hear us.
Okay. Tell her, Karen Kay, that the only thing we say about Betty Vunn is good stuff. Lawson to serve, and that's going to go wide, and that'll be a point for Prairie Central.
Now we got Johnson subbing in for Wooten, for Perry.
If you give it a serve, and nice serve. Lawson too tight to the net. And that's where it's a little gray line of the setters trying to go get it. Betty Vunn has talked all about the setters got to go up there to try to convince the officials that that's going to be a violation.
That's right.
If they come across. Ambergy backside to Lawson. It's going to be a cut, and it's going to be
catch
out.
over there by Coach Tahuna. Little low
Good
and
hands.
outside.
Good hands. Of course, our coaches love to play the game. And Ambergy realizes too close to the net, gets it across on 2 point, Letcher Central.
Nice read by Ambergy there to do slide it over.
Failed to mention Crisp that come in, number 22. And Jackson is a freshman for Coach Sheeler. Day with a bump and see if they can get it across on 3, and they do.
Nice job.
Lawson nice up. Ambergy short set,
Good
and
set.
that's going to be in system. Blair with a kill.
That's a nice play there, man. That's a good set from Colby to Blair with a nice kill right down the middle.
Had talked to Ambergy about that, and it's just a little difficult sometimes, but that takes a great deal of timing. Day Smith. Hacker tries to go short, but he goes too short. That will be a point for Letcher Central. 7-5 here, set number 2. The Bank of Hindman volleyball game of the week. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying it. Wooten comes across on 2, and it's going to go wide. Point for Letcher Central, 8-5. Beryl Hurt, thank you for tuning in. Lisa Sexton, thank you for tuning in. Backside to Hacker off the double block, but Blair was able to press forward.
Yeah, Blair and Fitzpatrick both there. That's a good job. And that's you talking about your hand straight up and then just push it on over without being in the net.
And that's tough to do sometimes. Smith backside, and it's going to be in the net, and that's going to be a point. 10-5, Letcher Central. Prairie Central got to put a few points together right here.
Yeah, they need to get a stop here.
Wooten. Smith bumps. Day pushes it across. Had a little pep on it. Outside to Chris. Hits it in the net. Point. Prairie Central, much needed point for them.
Yeah, I think Chris was wanting it a little bit closer to the net, and Ambergy pushed him just a little bit back, got him off balance a little bit.
And once again, Prairie Central's next game will be Pikeville Friday, May the 1st.
And is that their last game of the season?
That is their last game, and then got to regional May 7th for both of these teams. And I'll talk a little bit about that. I was trying to go through my paperwork. Ambergy's going to get called for a lift, and that's going to be a point for Prairie Central. Got so many wild notes here, Brian. I'm going to have to do something different here in a minute.
Get organized.
I know. I'm having a hard time. Ambergy, left hand off the block, and Blair's going to score the point. Smart move by Blair. Didn't have anything to go.
Yeah.
You hit that with your right hand, it's going to hit in the antenna,
Yes.
and it's going to be a point Prairie Central.
Got it with his left hand, and didn't get under the net.
Fitzpatrick, nice day with a nice up. And there's Blair and Hacker. Both of them goes up, but I was going to have, let's see, looks like Hacker was called for a net violation. And see, sometimes that's the problem when you go up one hand because your body pronate
will turn into the net.
Rather than go up with two.
That word there.
That was a Jim McCauley Webster's dictionary word. Thought I'd added one for him. Short set. No. Oh, my.
Oh, that's a good set read by Ambergy there to figure out what was going on.
My.
Caught everybody off guard.
It caught me off guard. So that was a smart play. You can't do that every time, but if you do it every occasionally, when the double blockers went to that side for Blair, he just put it
them
on.
where they were at. That's good play there by Ambergy.
Wooten getting to it. Johnson over on it. Nice job of Blair, and I think somebody was in the net, I think, and no net call.
No.
So maybe it was the ball. And that's going to be a point for Fitzpatrick.
You know, they've had two of those nice middle sets there for Blair in this set.
And, you know, occasionally they'll move around. Nice. It hits the net. Fitzpatrick had the overspin, and it's going to be a timeout, Prairie Central. And we'll take a timeout, too, on Hometown 24.
Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard is here to meet all your prescription and healthcare needs. Pharmacist Darren Smith and the experienced staff provide fast, reliable service with the professionalism you expect. With friendly service and a commitment to quality care, Hometown Pharmacy is proud to serve the Hazard community every day. Ask about their new app. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard, quality care, professional service right here in your community. Introducing Multiview from TVS. The same video service you already know and trust. Now watch up to 4 programs at the same time, including college sports.
He jackhammered it in on the fly!
With an easy-to-understand menu, Multiview is just a click away. Don't miss a second of the action, no matter when it's happening. Video when you want it, how you want it. From TVS.
Welcome back to the John C. Combs Arena here on the campus of Prairie County Central. Coach Randy Napier court as Prairie Central calls timeout, 15-7, set number 2. And
see if this stops the momentum.
I thought you were going to say that. And it goes through the hands of Johnson, and that's going to be a point for Letcher Central, 16-7. And Prairie Central got to come up with something right here.
They don't need to let it get any more out of hand in this set.
Left hand, he takes a little bit off, trying to vary it up. Smith offside to Hacker over top of the single block. Foot by Lawson, which is legal.
That caught me off guard.
And it's going to be up, and it's going to be under the net. Ambergy. He did what we call in class a duck and roll.
That looked like a hacky sack play.
Oh, yes.
How you like
hacky
that?
Sack.
How you like that?
But it is legal. Once again, not recommended.
See, I would have thought that was illegal.
No, but see, that's why you got Betty Von Cottle telling you that
telling us that that's legal.
And that's going to be out as it floated long just by the little bit.
I believe I would have a John McEnroe on that. Did you see any chalk fly off that line?
Well, we don't deal with chalk on courts. That was a point for Letcher Central. Hacker. Free ball. Goes back to Blair, and that's going to be out, and that's going to be a point for Prairie Central. So we've had 2 balls.
Too close.
I'm glad
I would have been arguing.
Of course, I got 4 bad eyes.
Me
so
too. That's why we got these glasses.
I've been to the eye doctor today, so they told me I need new glasses. If I refereed, they'd say, you sure do need new glasses.
I don't know how you got us down here, to be honest with you.
Johnson will serve. Goes to Lawson over on 1. Almost caught him off guard. Smith trying to catch him. Lawson steps in. Lawson on 2, gets it across. Hacker. Smith 3-meter hit, and that's a nice one, and that's going to score the point for Hacker. And
yeah, nice job. Letcher Central couldn't handle it.
Smith doing a good job of setting that exactly where Hacker had to go up, and at the top of his hit. Johnson, Lawson, bump set. Blair is trying to go to it. A little jousting for it. Bump set. Libero hit it. Lawson, and Blair mistimed it. He says, oh, I should have hit that one.
Should have had it.
Excuse me. 17-11, Letcher Central. Johnson to continue to serve. Lawson tied to the net once again, and it's going to end up scoring the point anyway. And, you know, you don't want to put that thing too close to the net because people big like you will come and get to it.
And get it in a hurry. You've got to be careful about playing it that close to the net.
18-11 is Potters in the back left, Crisp in the center. Blair to serve. Hacker, Smith. Today, Blair trying to find it, but that you're not going to get it by Hacker. Hacker 3-meter hit again, and there's where he took a little bit off.
A little off. Good set.
Lawson, and that's going to score the point. And that'll be 19-11 Letcher Central.
Lawson hits that ball with ill intentions, especially on that far set.
And, you know, he kind of rose it, which takes it down that same sideline. And like you said, he hits it with pepper.
He does. He puts a lot on it.
And there is a kill by Frazier with a left hand.
Left-handed.
20-11. Started to say with 7:02 left in the
second.
I keep
quarter.
looking at the scoreboard and seeing that. So 20-11 as Blair will continue to serve. Hacker and Smith trying to catch him, but Lawson had stepped in. Ambergy backside, and it's going to come out, I believe, and it is going to be out, and that's a point for Prairie Central.
That's a nice change up from Lawson. We just talked about how hard he was hitting the ball down the line, tried to just barely lift it over the side, over the head of the blocker.
Lawson back in as Blair will go out. Smith to serve. Nice serve, Chris. Frazier tries to get it back, but hits it off his nub.
Yeah.
And that'll be a point for Prairie County Central. Prairie Central needs a bunch from Smith.
Yeah, and he is their best server. He leads the team in service aces.
Lawson. Smith. And that's why you just don't want to hit that as the setter on the first one. And through the double block by Lawson for the kill. Point Letcher Central.
If Letcher Central can get the opportunity to set Lawson over there, it's kind of hard to defend.
Potter out. Fitzpatrick in. Ambergy to serve. Thank you for joining us. Tiny Cottle, Brad Colley, thank you for joining us. Wooten. And there's Frazier, and that's going to score the point. He was ready. Shout out down at Hyden, Kentucky, Ryan Farmer.
Ryan Farmer watching.
I haven't seen Bumper Adams. Maybe he's doing other things.
He might be different.
He's probably watching another sport.
No doubt it's something to do with athletics.
I guarantee you. It's going to be hit across, and that's going to be out and went around the antenna, and that's a point for Letcher Central, 23-13 in set number 2, trying to close out the set. Prairie Central trying to hang in there. The short serve goes in the net, point goes to Prairie Central. Once again, the regional will be held May 7th, and Prairie Central trying to get the opportunity to host one of those. Letcher Central right now sitting in the 3 spot. The top 4 host first round. Lawson unable to get to it, and that's going to be a point for Prairie Central.
And did you say, Manus, correct me if I'm wrong, after the first round, those first 4 teams host, it will be, the rest of the tournament will be at Letcher Central.
Yes, and that will be May 9th, and that will be at 10-12 for the semis and 4 for the championship. Oh, my. That almost goes across. It goes long. Point Prairie Central as they're hanging in there. Boys State Tournament volleyball, by the way, is May 11th, and that will also be based on the draw was today, and for some unknown reason, I watched it, but I didn't write it down. So
that's not like you.
I know. Bumper Adams, thank you for joining us. He must have heard us talking about him. All was good, crisp. On 3, and that's going to be a smart play by Lawson as he goes down that left side as Smith had drawn in behind the double block, and that will lead to set point number 1 and set number 2. And that's going to do it as it rolls across.
Well, they crawled over the net.
So they will win set number 2, 25-16, and when we come back, we'll have set number 3. Stay with us on Hometown 24.
Spring has sprung in the mountains, and that means it's the perfect time to upgrade your device and your savings with Appalachian Wireless. Right now, you can get the new iPhone 17e, the iPhone 17, or the Samsung A17 on us when you choose a qualifying plan, or take advantage of up to $800 in device savings on select devices. And here's the best part for our new customers. Port your numbers to Appalachian Wireless and get up to 6 months of free service. So don't wait. Spring into savings today or visit us online at AppalachianWireless.com because we are your neighbors and this is your network. We are Appalachian Wireless.
I'm Hal Rogers, and I approve this message.
In the Republican primary, let's support a leader who always delivers for the mountains. Hal Rogers. Our congressman fights for us, for our values, for our people, for our way of life. And Hal Rogers is endorsed by Donald Trump. Together, Rogers and Trump are working for us. They're strengthening the economy, they closed the border, and made America safer and stronger. Hal Rogers, the experience to fight and win for us.
Welcome back to the campus of Prairie County Central, the Bank of Hyman volleyball game of the week. And we're here with myself, Magnus Blair, with Brian Johnson. Letcher County Central wins the set number 2 to go up 2 sets to 0, 25-18, 25-16. And even though I didn't write them down, Brian, I did take a picture of Brian Milam in doing the draw.
You got them.
So Region 8 champion will play Region 6 runner-up, and Region 8 runner-up will play Region 6 winner. So those games you asked me, and those games will be played at the home site. And then the semifinals and finals, as I understand, and I might be wrong. No, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals will be played at George Rogers Clark, May 15th, 16th. So that kind of tells you a little bit, and I'll go through that a little bit later. But RPI, somebody asked me about the RPI in Region 8. Powell County is 22nd RPI in the state. Pikeville is 27. Letcher Central is 31. Fleming County is 43. And at that, they would host the first round of the region. Right now, it would be Fleming County hosting Knott County Central, Letcher Central hosting Prairie Central, Pikeville hosting Jenkins, and Powell County would host Buckhorn. So, and then the winners would move on
to play at Letcher
Central. And those brackets would be made available as soon as probably, I would imagine the last game is May the 1st. I would say that probably Monday the 4th. I would say that those brackets will be available on the KHSAA website, or talk to your coach, or talk to your athletic director, and they'll have that information. Or call me. If you got me on Facebook, just call me.
You will have it as soon as it is made public.
I hope. Amberg gets started on set 3, goes to Hacker, bump set to Hacker. Nice shot to Kendrick. Outside to Lawson, hits it hard, but there is Hacker, and wants good play, and that's where you can play.
That's what you said. It was on Perry's side, hits the rafter. They can still play the ball, just couldn't get it in play.
Yep. And that was good hustle, and you just play till you hear the whistle. You've heard that your whole sporting career. Dave will push it across. Kendrick. Ambergy bumps it to the backside, Bryant, and it is going to be in for the kill. And Jesse Bryant, one of those seniors for Letcher County Central, and that gets a big round of applause from the bench. And
Coach Tahuna's looking at
he's smiling.
He was wanting it on the.
But you have Ashton and Aiden Lawson are seniors. Drew Blair is a senior. Kobe Amberg. Nice hands by Fugit, and you're going to get a lift call. So open hand, you just can't do it, and that's going to be one of those things that you got to work on. And
yeah, if he had a closed fist,
you can go
good.
Or you hit it down on your forearm. Yeah. I mean, hit it up on your forearm, not down on your forearm. And that's going to be a service error, and that'll be a point for Prairie Central. And Smith will go back to serve.
Let's see if Smith can't get the ball rolling here for Perry Central.
And he's going to hit it, and it's just long, and that's going to be a point for Letcher Central. Right idea.
Yeah, tried to place it in the deep corner there where nobody was.
Nice over the top. Hard to deal with that. That drop just as soon as it got across Wooten. Good effort. Point to Letcher Central. And if Tyler Robinson, if you're tuning in, I hope you're feeling
better.
That's worn off,
Yeah.
And that's going to be out by the skin of your teeth right there. Nice call.
Another nice close play on the line.
5-2 Letcher Central. Day will serve. And man, unless you've called one of those end lines, called them for 4 years.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. I would say I was a trained eye, but I was not. Kendrick, nice play. And, I thought he was going to get it across, and that's going to be a point. Letcher Central up 6-2. We're in set number 3. Letcher Central won first set 25-18. Second set 25-16, trying to close it out. Day. Smith on 2. Ambergy tries to go short.
Almost dropped it in.
Dave just tinkered with it a little bit. And trying to cut shot was lost and unsuccessful. Point Prairie Central. Few get to go back to serve. Johnson will come in for Wooten.
Yeah, and Lawson trying to change up, instead of all the major kills shots, he tried to lay one in there.
Ambergy outside. Blair, nice block. Blair again, but he gets the kill.
Nice shot by
I think
Blair.
that was Taylor over there. Was that Taylor had the block?
That was Taylor, yes. Him
so
as
Taylor
well as Smith were there together. I couldn't quite tell who got it, but Taylor was there.
And that's what you try to do in the strategy. Whoever the main hitter, which Blair is one of the main hitters, you try to double block them.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick with the serve. Nice job by Taylor as it hit the net. Hacker's going to get it. Nice hustle. Blair blocked by Hacker, but it rolls down the net.
Nice job. That was on the short set that time. And that makes it a little bit more difficult for Perry. Don't know if they're going to hit the short set or the far guy coming from the other side.
And you have to shift on that front row to do the blocking, and that's the setter's job. Hacker, nice job by Lawson being in the place. Over top, Wooten with its one hand. It's going to be a point for Letcher Central, 9-3. Failed to mention that Letcher Central comes in here on a 6-game winning streak, trying to make it 7. Coach Sheeler got them rocking and rolling. Nice push. Got good hands by Dave. Taylor, another one. We're playing back and
Yeah,
forth
we are.
here.
Good
Got to
volley.
utilize two, and that's going to be a point for Smith, and that's a point Prairie Central needed really.
Yeah, nice volley that time.
Potter in for Fitzpatrick and Letcher Central, and into the game will be number 15. And I think that is Josh Hoskins. The senior will come in for Jonah Taylor.
And Dolores Robinson said Tyler is watching at home and feeling better. We're glad to hear that.
We're tickled to death. Tyler's one of our favorites. We've got a lot of favorites.
We do. All these student athletes are our favorites.
But I really enjoy Tyler on both playing courts. We appreciate you tuning in, and I hope he's feeling better. 9-5 as Prairie Central picks up another score, and of course the senior trying to score more. Nice serve. Backside to Blair, blocked by Hacker. Hacker steadies himself. Lawson, Ambergy outside to Kendrick. I think I might have called him Blair a minute ago, sorry. Backside Blair, nice double block that time by Johnson, and almost did, but Johnson and Hacker. Yeah.
And Blair and Kendrick do look a little bit alike farther down.
Especially my eyes dilated.
And their numbers are 3 and 8, so it's.
Potter, nice serve once again. 3 in a row, maybe 4 in a row, and it's out, and it will be a 4-0 run for Prairie Central. They said, hey, we're not ready, and there's going to be a timeout as Coach Sheeler realizes the momentum is shifting, so we'll be right back on Hometown 24.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, Quantum Healthcare, and East Kentucky Chiropractic, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, mat program, x-ray, and transportation. Little Flower Clinic Rheumatology, Dr. Travis Sizemore and Brianna Cornitz, treating autoimmune disorders such as lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, and more. 487-9505. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, your medical home in the mountains.
Of course, we're back now.
And here we go on the serve. Quick serve by Prairie Central.
And I was daydreaming about eating. Hacker, nice play as Hacker hits it, and that's going to be a point. And, you know, Josh Hoskins has come in, and he's went on a 5-0 run, the senior.
Yes, absolutely. And got Perry right back in this set.
Serves it down the line. Lawson had to go get it. Goes up to Blair. Blair hits it off Hacker, and that's going to be a point for Letcher Central, 10-8. And, you know, you forget where your butter is placed on your bread.
Where your bread has been buttered.
Yeah, I just had to say it a different way this time. I've said it so much in basketball this year. But you go to your bell cow.
Yes.
And in that situation, Ambergy goes to Blair and ends the run by Prairie Central, 10-8. Kendrick to serve. Kendrick's nice, and that's a nice serve.
Nice serve there by Kendrick.
Day able to get to it, push into deep corner, Kendrick. Ambergy short set, roll into the corner. Nice play as he took a little bit off of it by Blair.
Yeah, nice job by Blair that time.
11-8. I started to say it was 7:19 to go in the game.
7:19 to go in the quarter.
Yeah. I just can't.
We can't shake it.
I did it the last time.
We know we're waiting for basketball season, man.
No, basketball's way off. We still got 3 seasons we're dealing right now with. Kendrick to serve, and that's going to be Day. Stopped it there. Hacker over the top. Smart play by Hacker, and that's going to be a kill for Prairie Central, 11-9. Hacker will go back to serve, and You know, I'd like to tell you that I was told it last night that Hometown 24 will be doing the regional girls softball from Breathitt County High School. Free ball in system, backside to Hacker off the single block of Blair. Point, Prairie Central, and you saw right there his hand straight up. And
just couldn't push it through.
And where did the ball line?
Yep.
That's where you got to do that. And it's Hacker to serve again, and that's going to be right on the line, and that's a good call. That's going to make it 11 apiece. So big time Prairie Central saying we don't want to go home.
Well, yeah, we're not ready yet.
Kendrick, and that's going to put Prairie Central up 12-11 here in set number 3. And I love the enthusiasm of the Prairie Central bench.
They're all clapping
from the first game we've done down here.
Every time.
They've been really loud.
They're their biggest cheerleaders.
And, you know, some of them's not getting to play, but they're a good teammate and a good classmate. Goes to Lawson on the outside. Man.
What a shot.
That was a heck of a shot, and that's going to be called for the lift, and that's point Prairie Central.
Again,
I thought, sorry, they pointed the other direction.
Open hand under.
Yep. Frazier comes in for Lawson. Blair to serve. Nice. Wooten unable to get to that, and that's going to put Letcher Central up 13-12.
Blair gets that forward rotation on that ball. It's hard to handle.
You know,
and how do you do that on a serve?
Well, you just got to hit it and come through over the top of it, and everybody watched it that time. Yeah, they didn't do it that time. Day pushes it to the deep middle outside, and that's going to be out. Nice look by Wooten, letting that one go out of bounds, and Prairie Central ties it up at 13 apiece. Chris will come in for Kendrick, and Blair will go out as Lawson will come in. Few get in for Wooten, and Johnson will go back to serve. And Johnson got to have a few.
Got to have a few, and he's very capable.
I love his spring in his leg when he hits that. On two,
he gets
Hacker moves back, goes backside, and then Hacker comes in, and that's going to be a back row attack. I'll get it right here in a second. He was inside the line when he contacted it.
Yes, and he can't do that coming from.
He's got to be behind and jump forward.
Behind the 3-meter line.
Yep.
And he was inside the 3-meter line
when he jumped.
Running,
yeah, and he's showing I was behind.
He's saying I got the long jump going.
Now, when he watches this tonight,
he's going to see that
he was inside the 3-meter line.
Yeah.
So they're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
So they're consulting about it. In girls volleyball, you hardly ever see consultation. So let's see what we got. We've got.
Should be Letcher serve, right? Are they going to replay it?
I think we're going to replay it.
It's like a mulligan.
You don't have
golf.
Well, this is not golf.
But that's
you don't
what
have
we're getting a mulligan. A do-over.
A do-over. Yeah, some people out there might not know what a mulligan is, so good.
Oh.
Thank you. Johnson will hit it to Potter. Lawson outside to Frazier. Hits it straight to Hacker. Smith outside, and Day puts it down. I like to see him do that more often.
Yeah, that's a nice shot by Day.
Lawson over the top, and that's going to be out, and that's going to be a point. And renewed verve now from
Prairie Central as they take the lead in this third set.
Yes, and they continue to fight. You got to love it. Johnson hits it short to Lawson. Bump set goes to Lawson. Goes short, smart play.
Yeah, and you got to expect that coming from Lawson at times because he's been really killing.
Day and Fugit went right to the middle.
Yes.
What has to happen is the backside person has to rotate up, and they were ball watching.
Alacantar should have ball watching. We do that a lot in basketball, man.
The same thing is on the back door. Ball watching instead of watching your man. Ball you man. Ambergy, the Hacker, Smith. That is the set, but Dave was in the net on his follow-through. Hit it hard, and, I like to see him hit it hard. I don't have a problem with that.
The last couple of times he's done that, that's been really well. That's what we talked about.
And he
need to
is
see more of that.
Yeah, and he's a big old boy, but you got to hit that thing hard. Pushes it short, and it's going to hit into the net. That's going to go 16-14 now for Letcher Central. Ambergy ready to score, and I think that my eyes are hurting me right now. That hits in the net. That's a service error. It's a point, Prairie Central. I think my eyes are actually coming back.
Starting to come back now.
Yeah.
So it'll be a safe for you to drive home.
It will be.
Taylor subs in for Alcantar.
And you have Smith going back to serve, trying to keep it going. And that on one, it's going to go wide, and that's going to tie it up at 16 apiece here in set number 3. Letcher Central won the first 2 sets, trying to close out. Prairie Central trying to stay alive here. Goes down the line, and it's going to be wide, and that's going to be a point for Letcher Central. Lawson will serve. Nip and tuck going back and forth.
It has been a very good set.
Lawson hits the net. Wooten tries to come up with it. That does throw you off somewhat, and that's going to be a point for Letcher Central, 18-16. Talked about it many a time that back in the old days that would be a reserve when it hit the net, like in tennis. Wooten tries to get to it, hits it backward, and that's going to be a point for Prairie Central.
And, too, we talked about, you used to have control of the serve to get a point. And now you don't.
Which would make for some long nights back in the day. Lawson to continue to serve. Wooten tries to get to it, cannot, and that's going to be a point, 20-16.
And Letcher Central going on a little run here.
And, Prairie Central right here's got to side out and get the ball back. And that's going to be long. Wooten tried to touch it. And it was successful. He looks and says, whew, I'm glad I didn't touch that. So that's a point for Prairie Central. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed boys volleyball this year. If we don't get to do another game, I hope you've enjoyed it. Goes backside, and the call by Lawson. Day was there. Good hustle, but it's going to be a point for Letcher Central. Lawson will serve as Day runs the volleyball down. I started to say on my schedule, and I can't find my schedule. Oh, here it is. Lawson getting ready to serve. Wooten with the up goes to Taylor, goes backside, Blair across. Hacker goes right down the line for the point. And, of course, me and David Adams tomorrow will be at Letcher Central for a Hazard Letcher Central softball. So join us there if you can.
Should be a good one.
Should be a dandy. Hazard trying to make their way up into that top echelon, as Jim Bob McCauley always calls it. Day across to Hacker, roll shot. Fugit. Day trying to set Hacker, push to the small side. Backside to Fitzpatrick. Smith. On 2 across Lawson, Ambergy, Blair. Nice play by Smith.
Wow, nice volley by both teams.
And, it's going to be in the net. That's going to be a point for Letcher Central, 22-18. But that couldn't have been possible without Smith.
Yes, and that was a nice volley going on by both teams that time.
And that's going to go wide. Remember, Hometown 24 is the home for AMW Wrestling. Did I say wrestling or wrestling? All right, I'm going to say wrestling. So tune in each Wednesday for that. Kyle Maggart, John Noble,
and all the AMW stars.
Marty Clary.
The AMW champion.
Z
right
Collins.
Now. Z.
Yes, all kinds of them. Hoskins ready. He scored a bunch last time. Can he do it again? Blair, that's a nice set, but no touch, and that's going to be out, and that's going to be once again 22-20 Letcher Central.
And again, we've got Hoskins in.
And he's been very consistent hitting it in. Blair off the block of Johnson, point. Want to thank Hazard Perry County Tourism for being one of our sponsors this year. We appreciate it. Law offices of David A. Johnson. Alice Lloyd College, ARH, for their scoreboard help. Appalachian Wireless, Mountain Health Alliance, Keisha Caldwell Feltner, Bankruptcy Express.
All of our fine sponsors allow us to do what we enjoy doing.
Bringing it to you. Please patronize and let them know. Hacker, once again, that's what I like to see.
Hackers played a really good ball game.
And that's set up by a good set.
Yes.
You know, it's sitting there waiting on him.
Yes.
Also, Primary Care Center. Oh, yeah, that's Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky, Hopkinsburger Law Office, Kentucky Farm Bureau, Letcher County Agent Mark Wright. And Hacker hits it into the net and slumps his shoulders. Says, oh, my. Trying to hit it short, and that's going to be match point number 1, 24-21.
Letcher Central and Blair going to be back to
Kendrick. Or is it Blair?
I think it's Blair.
It is Blair.
Them 8 and 3.
And that's going to be long, yeah.
Those numbers are hard to see.
And that's why Miss Williams said I needed new glasses.
Why are you questioning me? You had your eyes checked today.
Yeah, I know. I really did. I'm not kidding, ladies and gentlemen. Johnson will continue. Match point number 2, trying to stay in the match for Perry County Central. Goes to Lawson, the middle to over the top, and that will end the match at 25-22. Letcher Central winning 3 sets to 0. Won the first set 25-18, second set 25-16, third set 25-22. And our Alice Lloyd College player of the game will be none other than junior number 8, Mr. Dylan Kendrick.
Yeah, and Dylan had a good game today all around.
Yep.
And Letcher Central had a good game, good 3 sets, as well as Perry as well, minus
Tyler
Robinson being out, and that hurt them. But Jaden Hacker expanded his game and played much more aggressive for them, and picked up the slack. And also Taylor, that started in place of Robinson, had a very good game as well.
Again, Hoskins come in and served the ball well. But the good points. Perry Central's next game will be Friday with Pikeville. Letcher Central ends their regular season and looking forward to, and it probably punched a ticket to host the first round. So with that being said and everything, last thing, Brian, I started to call you something. I don't know what
you could have called me anything. I answer to a lot, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah, I mean, we want to wish all these teams best of luck in the upcoming week. And, Perry Central's got one more regular season game. Letcher Central finishes their regular season, I think, 11-8 now.
11-8, yep.
And looking forward maybe to getting to host that first round. We want to congratulate them and congratulate all the teams. And we saw a good volleyball game here. And I have seen so much improvement. And this being my first year doing volleyball with you all.
The thing about it is you go through, and if you don't do like 2 or 3 games a week, then you see that from day one. And that's what you're looking for, small increments of improvement in your program. And, all the teams that we have seen so far this year in boys volleyball have come so far, and please support them in any endeavor in which they have coming up. And, if you can't watch us anytime on Hometown 24, please watch live, because they need that as well. And, tomorrow, me and David once again will be at Letcher Central, as Letcher Central will face the Hazard Lady Bulldogs in a big softball match. And look forward to that, and look forward to doing the softball regional coming up, and that will be the 25th, 27th, and 29th of May. And someone said, well, how can you do that on the 25th? There'll be 4 games. So
all day long worth of softball.
A long day, and I've been there and done that before too. So with that being said, I want to thank the Hometown 24 crew. I want to thank AD Harold Brashear and the Perry County Central conglomerate. Want to wish Tyler Robinson a speedy recovery.
Get better soon.
Want to wish Becky Johnson a speedy recovery. Your
my
Robin,
half.
or is she Batman or Robin?
She's the Batman to my Robin. Is that how it is?
I think so. So. Want to thank everybody out there for tuning in, and with that being said, tune in tomorrow night for the softball game at Letcher Central between Letcher Central and Hazard. With that, thank you, and good night, and God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
For more than a century, we have stood by the people of Hazard and Eastern Kentucky. Now we begin a new chapter with a new name. People's Bank and Trust Company is now PBT Bancorp. Our look may be new, but what matters stays the same. The same local faces, the same personal service, the same commitment to your goals. PBT Bancorp is here to help you grow, plan, and build for the future.